Hello, everyone. Boy, after the last couple of days in the hospital, I am surely glad to be out and right back into my den here, where there's some peace and quiet, and I can get good food from my home and feel just right here at home. I have a lot to do. I'm backed up a bit, so bear with me. The wave project I was going to do with the Spyderco kind of fell through for the moment because my Para 3 is a different model than they made it for. Apparently mine is an older model. They made it for the newer models, so I'll be getting one of those in sometime soon. So I'll just put that on the back burner for now. So we're going to move on to the next review showcase. An M3 trench knife replica from WARHAMMER. So let's check this girl out right here, right now, at the Sharpest Edge.
Okay, let's go.
What is up, knife community? This is Blade Love coming at you from the Sharpest Edge, and you are with me in the man cave. And today we are going to talk about the M3 trench knife replica from WARHAMMER. But before I get into it, let's check out the pictorial musical montage, and then we'll be right back to talk more about this puppy. To really appreciate the M3 trench knife, you have to know a little bit about the history. One thing that is really cool about this knife is it was designed for those troops that didn't really carry a bayonet per se and needed a really great utility fighting combat knife, and that definitely is the M3. I absolutely love WARHAMMER's reproduction here, and it is nice because it basically has all of the markings of the original M3, but without a specific company in mind. And you should check those markings out in the video musical montage. You can get a really nice close look, and I'll probably end up doing a close-up of this in a few minutes. But I love this blade. Next to the K-bar fighting knife, it is a very unique and specific fighting knife. From what I recall, paratroopers used to carry this knife, obviously because they didn't have bayonets really, and other small units and specialized units. World War I, the trench knife goes all the way back to World War I, and it's got an extensive history. Now, I got this replica because I have a couple M3 trench knives that are made by different companies like Camillus. I have one from OKC. I have one from Case. I have one from my grandfather, my uncle. I have some from even further family back that are really, really nice blades. And they really, really are too nice to carry. I love this blade, and I intend to carry it. But here's the rub with these. In my state here of Pennsylvania, it is legal to carry this blade if it's on the outside. So you can't conceal it because you can get in a lot of trouble for that. At least that is from what I just recently read of the current laws. Now, it depends on what jurisdiction. Like in my area where I currently live, I could carry this outside, inside, whatever, because the police are really cool. And they know me, and I know them. So they know I'm not going to do any harm with anybody. But if I went, let's say, to Philadelphia or even out of state to New York, yeah, even carrying this outside isn't a good idea because you won't have law enforcement people that will understand the current laws. They will just see an fighting tool, fighting knife, offensive weapon, and, you're just going to be begging to open up a whole bunch of charges and catch a case. So you don't want to do that. So of course, know your place, know your rules, and know your laws. But let's check this little girl out a little closer and check the markings. So the first thing I'll tell you about the Warhammer Replica is the sheath is pretty crappy. It's not very well made, and I really think they could have done better with the color authenticity of the scabbard itself, but that's not really what I was after. What I was after was this beauty. The leather handle is extremely well done. The markings are really well done as well. Butt cap markings, USM3 1943. It's just a very accurate piece. I'm trying to get this in focus for you. There we go. So it's very well done. A lot of people say the hilt moves on it. This one does not, and I've had others from Warhammer. Warhammer's a very picky company that actually gets these knives made in China, so they want to be as period correct as possible. So as for a replica, this isn't bad. Really isn't bad at all. So in my humble opinion, the Warhammer replica for the M3 trench knife is not a bad replica. It's one of the best I've seen yet, except the sheath, like I said. But if you've really hung up on the sheath, you can get another one on Amazon from Snake Eyes that's more period accurate. Or if you really want a period accurate sheath, you can go to a gun show or a knife show or a surplus store. They may have some scabbards that would fit. But nonetheless, it is a beautiful piece. The knife is the real prize. And it usually runs, you can get these for between $25 and $38. They're under $40 definitely, depending on where you live and the shipping costs. But Amazon ships for free, so that's another thing to consider. So if you're on the fence, definitely go for it. All right, that's it for this one. I'll be back in a few moments with some final thoughts. One thing I did forget to mention about the M3 knife is it's not super sharp when it comes to you. But then again, the M3 knife, like the Applegate Fairbane and other dagger style knives, are not truly meant to be super razor sharp. Their purpose is penetration. As you can see, it's a very sharp needle point though. But I still touch up the edges to make it sharp because I like a sharp knife. But if you check out the Sykes Fairbane, the Applegate Fairbane, and other dagger style knives, they're not super sharp on the edges, but they are extremely pointy because they are meant for penetration, not necessarily cutting and slicing. So this particular knife can be super sharp though. My original one that I have from OKC is razor sharp, but it depends on the preference, and you know, preferences, it is what it is. So let's sheath this one back up, and I thank you all for joining me in this video. It has been really hard for me to focus, and I apologize. Still have some of the medications wearing off, and I'm trying to just keep from the fog up here. But this has been Blade Love from the Sharpest Edge. And always remember, be good to yourselves, but especially be good to one another. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.
You got the sharpest edges